Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing what doors are opening for you right now. So we have 4 keys that you see here before you, and you can select using the keys or using the piles and use the timestamps down below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings to find out what doors the universe is unlocking for you right now, or what keys you need to unlock those doors that are potentially there for you. So have a second, take a look, find out what resonates with you, and jump ahead to your reading, and we'll see you there. All right, hi pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So let's take a look at what doors are unlocking for you right now. Wow, yeah, that is a new door if I ever saw one. You have new life. This is fantastic. Great start to the reading. You also have come to the edge. So you might be called to step out of your comfort zone or take a leap of faith into a new life right now. And those doors are unlocking for you for a reason. I feel like this is something that it's like being caused by a major soul awakening. I'm seeing this person waking up, coming out of the egg, and it's like she's been reborn. And so I feel like this is some kind of a spiritual awakening that you're going through, or like a secondary or third or fourth or fifth awakening, because we go through layers and layers of shedding and reawakening. So I feel like you're coming into a new stage of consciousness, and it's causing you to kind of step away from things that didn't work for you anymore. So these new doors are opening, but it requires you to take a leap a little bit here. You have clairvoyance. I knew it. It was like, it feels like awakening. It feels like a new spiritual consciousness. And that's exactly what clairvoyance is. It's like a new state of awareness of the truth. It's a higher truth. So Archangel Raziel says, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. So you are awakening to a much higher truth here. Overcoming difficulties, Archangel Jeremiah, the worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. So you're coming to the edge of this challenging time, this period that may have had catalyst within it, similar to a dark night of the soul, to create this opportunity for massive healing. You have honeybee, my favorite. You have honeybee with let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority at this time. So compassion's really important. I feel like to unlock this new door, the honeybee also makes me think of like defying the odds and creating sweetness in life. So I feel like you're going to be defying the odds because you're going to have a clairvoyant vision of this new life that's opening up for you. And you're going to take a leap of faith that other people might question and be like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. But in your heart and in your soul, you know that it's the right move. You know that it's the truth for you, and that it's going to help you to overcome any of these difficulties that have been keeping you stuck. Because I'm seeing this person flying like this feather. The feather is reminding me of the last reading I just did, which was a little birdie told me, and it's basically messages from your intuition. So if that reading calls to you, or you feel drawn to it, or you watched it and there was some messages there for you, this could be the difficulties that you're overcoming. And in doing so, again, it's like awakening you to a much, much higher level. So let's get some clarifiers. So for group number 1, what do they need to know about this new doorway that's opening up? You have the King of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, not Six of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. It feels like there's opportunities coming in. People are going to be sharing things with you, is what I just heard. People are sharing things with you, whether this is information, resources. I feel like you're going to get a lot of support is the word that's coming up, support. And it could be from a man. It could be a man who's very creative. Could be a man who's very spiritually enlightened as well. Clairvoyance, because they're showing me the 2 masculine energies here. Or this could be you if you're a man, or you identify as masculine. This could be an aspect of you. There's so many different ways that we could apply this, so just take it how it resonates. For group number 1, the Knight of Wands. So this is most definitely something that you need to take action on as soon as you get that intuitive nudge to do something. take the action, because it's going to open up this pathway for you. It's like the key will just appear in your hand, and you'll be able to really make some fast progress, especially after coming out of a time that was so challenging. It's like you're going to go from 0 to 100 real quick. So for group number 1, what else? I saw this one card flip over. The World. Oh, I love it for you, group number 1. The World card is the end of a major cycle. It's a culmination point. It's maturation. It's a big celebration of achievement, is what I just heard as well. Achievement. Like you've majorly achieved something here. And that is why you are stepping into this new life. It's like the ending of a pretty major cycle. A major stage of awakening is what I just heard as well. That was a major stage of your awakening, and you passed the test. And that's why these doors are opening up and the keys are being handed to you. I'm seeing keys showering down like rain, like golden raindrops, all these beautiful keys. So you're unlocking like not just one door, but like multiple doors. I'm hearing infinite doors, and they're showing me the skeleton key from the show Lock and Key. And I'm pretty sure that was the one that unlocks any door. Ooh, yes. I feel this one on the bottom. The Hanged Fae. So if you were feeling stuck, or you were trapped in a situation for quite some time without any movement forward or any creative inspiration, that may have been what the difficulty was. It's like you were stuck, and now you're coming to the edge and you're rebirthing into this new life because you've majorly leveled up in terms of your consciousness. It's like you see the potential within yourself and how you can create your world. Because I'm getting so much creative energy from these Wands cards. The Knight of Wands and the King of Wands are just both speaking to me of like being very creative, wanting to make things real. They're very manifesting type of energy that I'm getting from them. And they're reminding me that the honeybee is here. And this to me is speaking of like creation, because the honeybee creates one of the most amazing things in the world, honey, you know? And in the process of producing that honey or acquiring the nectar to make that honey, they end up creating pretty much everything that in the natural world, like they are the pollinators that help to create, by extension, everything else. So they are like divine creators, and that's what I'm seeing for you, group 1, is that you are a divine creator and you are here to do something really magical, because that's also what I'm getting from the Wands cards, is like magic. So you're here to do something magical, and that's why you kind of had to be compressed, and then spring forth and like break free in a really dramatic way and level up significantly your consciousness. Raise your level of clairvoyance way up, you know, the general population of the rest of the world, and follow your intuition to the edge, taking this leap of faith off into Spirit's arms. Like they're showing me in my mind's eye like a trust fall, or like a leap off of a high place, and Spirit's just there catching you in like their wings. It's so beautiful. The imagery that they're giving me is just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, you are really seriously leveling up big time. Now I'm feeling called to get some runes for you. So let's take a look at the runes and see what messages are coming up for you in regard to this unlocking of these doors, these many doors. They're guiding me to just grab like a handful. So normally I would pick them one at a time, and they're like, no, just grab a bunch. Okay. So you have Jera, harvest, sequence, cycle, end, and outcome. Benefit from your earned successes, change is coming. Yeah, so this is the end and the beginning that we're seeing here, the harvest. Like people are going to be bringing you things or helping you to do things. I just get the sense of like support. These are earned successes, by the way. So if people are stepping in to help you or to give you things, it's because you earned that, and not that you need to earn that. Like you're worthy either way of receiving. But I just feel like because you've put in so much of this spiritual work and dedication to this rebirth, that's what's coming in as a direct manifested result of that effort that you've put in energetically. Okay, this is Algae's success, support, shield, and shelter denotes resolution of problems and shields you from danger. They just keep saying the same thing. Like this is support that's coming in. You're being protected. We saw you coming out of difficult situations, and they're saying that here as well. It's like you're resolving a problem. Yeah. You are shielded, you are protected, you are like being safeguarded by spirit, because again, they keep showing me that they've kind of like, they've got you, you know. If like you're walking a tightrope and you feel like you're completely up in the air alone, it's like they're underneath you like this, like, okay, we got you. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me see this one here. You have Fehu, wealth, property, opulence, cowardice, and slavery. This gives power over one's environment. That's kind of what I was getting from the world card as well. It's like this is you having power over your world, your reality, and you're able to create a lot of wealth from this, a lot of maybe even new property like in the world. You might be expanding your home base. That could be one of the doors that's opening up for you, a new life somewhere new that you've never been before, or a new type of life that you've never experienced. Okay, let's see what these ones are. Oh, Lagus, renewal, dreams, flow of emotions, and the unconscious mind. It's time to trust your intuition and honor your receptive side. I love that the runes are just confirming all of the cards and the messages we have on the table here. So this is all about intuition, trusting your intuition, feeling into that clairvoyance, using that to your benefit as you continue to walk sort of blindly on this path, but completely guided, completely supported, and really, really blessed, like so freaking blessed, group one. Okay, you have Berkana. I know this one, but I still don't remember what it is. Okay, Berkana is new beginnings, birth, prosperity, beauty, and conception. It indicates regenerative powers and personal growth. Okay, yeah, like all the runes just said exactly what the cards have been saying. So you are seriously in a rebirth right now. These doors that are opening up for you are infinite and limitless. So you really have access to anything that you desire right now, group number one. So this might feel a little overwhelming, but I just want you to know that you can trust yourself and you can trust spirit to guide you each step of the way. So even if your clairvoyance is at a higher level, they still won't always give you all the information, especially if it's relevant to your spiritual process to use and exert your free will. So spirit will only ever give you as much as is absolutely needed for the result that is either destined or fated for you, depending on which direction you're coming from. So I see you really coming into a destined fate or destined time of your life where essentially this is like you've graduated from a level and now you have kind of free reign as to how you want to explore this new stage of the game. You know what I mean? Like if this was a video game, you just beat a boss, you just completely got through an entire level, and now you're onto the new world, you know, a completely new level. Like when I used to play Super Mario as a kid, and you'd like beat an entire world, and then you'd beat the very end boss at the end of that level, or end of not that level, because the level, there's like multiple levels within the world, and you get to the end of the world and you beat the boss at that final level, and then you go to the next world, and it's like a completely different world. Like there's one in a forest, there's one in like giant land, there's one in like the haunted castle. So like there's many different kind of worlds that you can be in, and I'm seeing you opening a door to a completely new world because you've just leveled the F up, group number one. Like you did it, you know, you did it. So now they're drawing me to the Astro dice. So for group number one, what else do they need to know about this open doorway and all of these new worlds? Oops. You have the moon in Aquarius in the 11th house. So the moon is the subconscious mind. I'm seeing a lot of like, again, psychic abilities. Aquarius is about the collective. So it's a very like worldly, humanitarian, it's very compassionate, but in kind of like an intellectual and detached way. But since we have the moon here, the moon is very emotional since it's ruled by Cancer. So I feel like you're going to be very compassionate. That's going to be your top priority. How can I serve the world? Because you're seeing this higher truth through this spiritual awakening of like the connection to all that is and the love at the core of that truth. Because that's what clairvoyance really is. It's like seeing the higher truth, which is unity, and unity is love. So I feel like, especially with the 11th house here and that energy that I was getting from the 7 of Pentacles and the world, about like the support that's coming in from you or for you from the world, this is going to be within like groups This could be like social media groups, communities, friends, family, like random patrons or supporters. So I feel like I also just heard the word memberships. So these could be like fans even, you know, it's like all of these different support systems or support networks that are going to be coming in for you. You might be forming or entering into a new community. It's like a whole new world for you. And it's very spiritual. It's very, very enlightened. And it allows you to serve like at a higher level. Like you're able to be this clairvoyant, creative, fascinating soul that you are, and get support for that in a very, very equal way, because everything that you do and you are creating, it's like there's these massive ripple effects of growth that are coming out from that. And so spirit is supporting it. They're sending people your way to back you up energetically. It's like it needs to balance out. So everything that you're doing, even though it might seem small, is huge. It has a massive ripple effect. And so because of that, it naturally needs to be mirrored that way. Like all of that energy that you're sending out is going to come back to you times 10. And that's why we have all of these like wealth, support, opulence, prosperity, all of these wonderful things coming in for you in these doors as they're opening and opening and opening, because that's what you're embodying. That's what you're exuding. This is amazing. This is looking really good. And the 11th house is also about your dreams, your wishes, and your goals. So it's like your highest aspirations, your deepest, most core desire at your heart, like what you wished for as a child or what you desired for a really long time. I'm seeing that coming to fruition as these doors continue to open for you. And one door is going to lead to the next and the next and the next. And at each entryway, you will be given the key, or you already have it within you and you just need to kind of pull it out and walk through. So trust your path. Group number 1, trust spirit, trust your intuition, trust your natural skills and trust your natural skills and abilities, and follow your spark of creative fire and passion to this beautiful new life. Oh, I love it. So powerful. So that's what I see for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for being here. It was really, really fun to do this reading, and I'm super excited for you. Let me know how this unfolds. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated or if you're already starting to experience this, or come back and let me know when you do, because I'm very invested in your divine journey and awakening here. So I'm sending you so much love and blessings of prosperity as you walk through all of these limitless potentials and these open doors. Many blessings, guys. Love you. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your cards and see what doors are opening up for you right now. So you have Observer, To be fair, gifts from God, all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. And you also have Goose, take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing to strive. Okay. So group number 2, what I'm seeing initially is that you may be in an introspective phase right now, or an integration phase even. So that's not necessarily the time to be taking action. It's not necessarily the time to be doing a whole bunch of different things. It can be really helpful to just kind of step back and observe, watch things as they unfold, knowing that everything is good, that your angels have your back, that it's all unfolding in a very balanced, divine way, is going to really serve you the best at this time. So these doors are temporarily shut is what I'm seeing for you, but they're not going to stay that way. They're going to open up. It's just a matter of time. But to get to that point in time, you have to rest. You need to relax. You need to slow down. And this is actually what's going to help you to receive. So introspective phases and integration phases are great times to receive insight, to receive creative inspiration is what I'm also hearing as well. This is a fantastic time for you to be doing, meditations and receiving downloads, or daydreaming, or writing down your actual dreams from at nighttime, so that you can get more creative inspiration or more creative ideas that you can implement once this stage or phase is complete. So let's get some clarifiers to see if we can get more information about this, maybe the time frame or what this stage is kind of involving for you. So what is let's ask first about the stage. So what is this stage or phase bringing for group 2? Like, what is the purpose of this stage? Let's put it that way. Okay. So you have the King of Wands. Yeah, very much about creative energy. It's interesting though, because the King of Wands is the masculine energy, which is about doing and making things happen. But for whatever reason, I'm getting him as more of a contemplative energy. Just like the look of him in this card, it looks like he's deep in thought, and this might be where that creative inspiration is coming from. So it could be a shorter term phase rather than an integration phase, which may last weeks or months. It could be just a slight introspective phase, which could last days or weeks, depending on your situation. We'll try to get timing if we can. But yeah, I see that these gifts from God that are coming in for you are in regard to your I just heard spiritual abilities. I was going to say your creative insights or your creative spark, but yeah, they said spiritual abilities. Okay. You have the Fairy Farewell. Fairies clever, fairies bright, from garden, wood, and pond. You shed your glorious light. Many thanks for helping me find a path that's true and right. Okay, so this is why you're in an introspective phase and a temporary pause, is because you're meant to be observing the options so that you can make the ideal decision about which direction you want to go. That's why you're being called to just kind of step back and take some time to think about this and to connect to the divine so that you can have a clearer understanding of what the next steps are going to be when that action phase really kicks in. You have the Three of Swords as well. This has been coming out in like all the readings that I've done in the last 2 days. So this could be to do with a healing phase for you. So you might be called to observe some endings or some finalization or closure. I just heard the word closure as well. So you might be you might be called to slow down so that you can observe some of these things that have been going on within you and finally find some closure so that you can move forward toward your goal. And you have the Knight of Cups as well. So I feel like this is very much about your, I just heard quest for solitude. That is not what I would usually ever get from the Knight of Cups, but I heard quest for solitude. So there could be a quest for solitude to be able to connect you to these very psychic realms, because the Knight of Cups is very emotional and it's willing to open up its heart, receive, and also give. They're drawing my attention to the water lilies here. And they're reminding me of lotuses. So yeah, the lotus goes through stages of growth from deep down in the mud to up into the water and then finally up into the light. So I feel like you've come out of the mud, you're still in the water, and you're not yet in the light, but you will be soon. So let's see if we can get some timing on that. What is the timing of this introspective stage for group number 2, and what can they do in this period of time to help it along? Oops, I almost flipped them all over. You have the Knight of Wands, so another knight. Again, usually the Knight of Wands is seen riding swiftly into battle or pursuing his passions, but this Knight of Wands is contemplative, similar to the King of Wands here. It's like your creative spark is coming from your ability to just be still, to think about things, to receive inspiration, to kind of map things out in your mind is what I'm feeling. Okay. You have the Strength card. And you have Temperance. Okay, so Temperance is about patience. Since we asked about timing, they're basically saying it will happen quickly, but it might feel like it's taking a long time. Okay, so The Knight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. It's actually one of the fastest knights. So I get the feeling that even though this knight is temporarily sitting still, it's like once that spark hits and once that closure is achieved and once that ending is finally finalized, yeah, then you'll be able to, with confidence and strength, move forward very, very deliberately is the word I'm getting, like deliberately. That is when you will start to see some progress and you'll be able to create some balance. But until that period of time, you're just being called to kind of step back and to allow yourself to have patience with this process. That's why they're letting you know that all is well. So these doors are not locked against you. They're just temporarily, what's the word I'm looking for? Like jammed. Like they're temporarily jammed for a reason. You already have the key. You will be able to open it. It's just, it will become unjammed and then you'll be able to move through into the next phase when you've fully integrated what is needing to be integrated here. But first you need to observe it, you need to heal it, let it sink in, get that closure, say your final farewells to whatever this is. And that might take some strength. I think that's why we have strength here, and you have to be fair. So it's like you need to create some balance in your life here when it comes to this situation. And then you'll be able to really move forward. So let's get some runes. Oh no, they're telling me no on the runes for you guys. We got runes for group 1. That's why I just assumed we were going to get the same thing. They're telling me get the charms. Okay. Okay, so group number 2, let's get some more information from the charms. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is the cap. And this is actually a cap from a little clearing spray that I have. So I feel like you do need to do some energy clearing, some heart healing with that 3 of Swords energy, and then that cap is going to come off. So the cap is on temporarily to prevent you from kind of like overloading your system energetically, because if you try to implement or strive forward really aggressively right now, it might deplete you, because they're showing me the light bulb here, and this is actually like a burnt out light bulb that I had from a lamp. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but like the inside filaments are just wiggling around there because it doesn't work. So this is a burnt out light bulb. You don't want to burn yourself out here, group number 2. That's, I think, why they're having you slow down and stop and just go into receptive mode so that you can better recover your strength, get this closure that you need, do some of this healing. I feel like these creative insights are actually already coming in, and maybe that's why you're trying to continue to strive, or maybe you're just feeling the pressure. But I think most of it is coming from your creative inspiration. Like you have all of these ideas coming in, or you have these desires that you want to implement, but they're saying just, slow down, because that's still going to be there for you. Those doors are not ever going to be permanently locked to you. There's no chance of that happening, is what they're saying. All is well, it's all working out in divine timing, but you just need to like honor this phase basically, and then through that patience and the balance that's achieved there, you'll be able to move forward more effectively. Now they're drawing my attention to the earplug. So this is like a little foam earplug, and this means that you don't want to hear this. Okay, you're like putting plugs in your ears, like la 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 la, I'm not listening. Probably because you're passionate about what you're doing or what you want to be doing. But again, the reason that they're saying this to you is because they don't want you to burn yourself out or to deplete yourself. But I feel like you're really stuck on this. It's a little thing of crazy glue or super glue. So I feel like you are really crazy stuck on this. Like you will not give this up. It feels like it's, you're holding on to this really tightly, or it might be something that's like stuck to you from the past, like some pain or emotions, something like that that's driving this in some way. Or it could be completely separate, like the pain and the wounds and the need for closure could be completely separate from the creative venture or the artistic expression or whatever this is. or the work project or something like that. But I just get the sense that they're interrelated in the sense that you need to kind of focus on releasing the pain to be able to get to the destination or the goal you're wanting. Okay, we have a yes and an oh yeah. I'm going to separate those. For whatever reason, they're telling me the no is important here. Okay, let me do a flip of this just to confirm. Yeah, see, we got the no. So I feel like there's something that you are not wanting to acknowledge here. There's something you're not wanting to hear because you're very attached to it. You're attached to the idea of it. Because I just got like the light bulb can also be an idea. You're attached to an idea and you're having a hard time letting go of that. And so it's like you're not taking no for an answer and you're continuing to push and push and push, but you're depleting yourself in the process because we have the little spoon upside down, and that's usually my indication for your needs are not being met. So you're not being fed, you're not feeding yourself, or the situation is depleting you in some way. So it's important that you slow down. That's what I'm seeing here with the moon as well. It's like the observer card where he was using a telescope to look at the crescent moon. I feel like you guys are meant to be just, giving yourself a little brief respite here to be able to relax and rejuvenate yourself. The moon always makes me think of like it's nighttime, everybody slows down, we're not focusing on work, we're just kind of trying to rejuvenate ourselves and rest so that we're fresh for the next day. That's kind of the phase that you're in right now. It's like a temporary nighttime to let you rest and dream and release and clear and heal. And then in the morning, proverbially, the metaphorical morning of this phase, you'll be able to take action. And I'm seeing that the sword here is representative of these new insights, ideas, or inspirations that are inevitably going to come in when you are resting. That's another reason it's so important. It's not unproductive. You're getting a lot done by resting. You're able to release and clear, get some closure on this pain from the past or whatever was causing you this discomfort. And you're also able to bring in inspiration. So it's very productive in two different ways, obviously. So it's worth slowing down. They also just showed me the strength card in relation to this sword as well. So it's like you might be kind of battling your demons, and maybe that's why you don't want to slow down, is because if you get silent and you get still and you don't focus on striving or pushing or creating or doing, then you come up against your demons. You come up against these swords in the heart and the pain and what's underneath the surface. It's like those inner dragons that are there kind of gnashing their teeth at you. And so that's why they're saying, the idea and the inspiration will come to be able to address these things. You're not going in there unarmed. You have the skills, the tools, and the sensibility, they just said, to be able to handle this. So allow yourself to go into this period of darkness in that sense. It's not darkness in the negative sense. It's like darkness in the restful sense. But again, we can still have nightmares at night, even though we're resting. And know that you can handle it. You can slay those dragons. You can defeat those demons because they're just parts of you, right? Like they're not something outside of you. It's a part of you that just needs to be integrated, healed, released, or whatever is the case. Okay. And then you have super cool with the rainbow here, and it came up in the reverse position. So I feel like, yeah, this is like something that, again, the word super is sticking out to me, like super glue, crazy glue. It's like you're very much stuck to this. You don't want to let go of it. It's like it's ready to be let go, but there's something that you're still attached to about it. Okay, let's see if we can get more insight from the Astro Dice. Oh, no, they're telling me not the Astro Dice for you guys. We're going to be getting some of the handwritten channeled messages that I created for the Starborn reading. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes and feel them. I feel these two. I need to ground. I need to ground and return to nature. Okay, and you have gifts from above. Did you not have gifts from God under here? Yeah, you did. So you have gifts from above and gifts from God. Blessings are raining down on you right now. You just need to open your arms to receive them, but you can't do that if you're ungrounded, unfocused, not rested, not open to receive. You know what I mean? If you're saying no to these things energetically, then it's not serving you, group number 2. That's why you kind of got to cut out the... They're telling me, and I'm going to say this, pardon my French, cut out the bullshit is what they just said. You've got to cut out the bullshit, group number 2, and detach yourself from a situation that you've really held on to. I know you don't want to hear it. I know that you don't want to take no for an answer, but you've got to let it go so that you can connect to yourself, and these blessings are going to come in. That's when the doors are going to open, is what they're saying. That's when the doors are going to open. They're telling me to grab a couple more. Nope, not those. Okay, sorry. Put them back in. Let's do it this way. Let's just shuffle them like cards. Whoa. There's one more. Okay. 2 more. Okay. The love of my life is near me right now. I am joyful in love. So this might be love. I believe I can fly. I believe in my own power. I am very capable. Yes, you are. You're very capable. You're very sensible. That was literally the word that they used. And joyful in love. Like there's gifts of love. There's gifts of blessings that are trying to come in here. But it's just kind of like you need to slow down to be able to receive them. Maybe it's like you're working so much that you haven't taken any time off, like you haven't gotten out of the house, or you haven't gone and been social or something like that. Maybe that's what they're saying, and like maybe this is in regard to a painful past relationship that you're still maybe a little bit attached to, and you need to cut it out of your energy so that you can, first of all, feel replenished and rested and released from that attachment and that limitation, but also so that this love can come in. The love of my life is near me now. If you're not with this person already, or it could be that you need to spend more time with this person that you love if you're already with them, and allow that time to really give you space to heal, to ground, to receive these blessings. Ooh, you have 12th dimensional DNA activation codes. Okay, so this is why you need to slow down. Group 2 is because when you're going through activation codes at the DNA level, it's very tiring. You need a lot of rest. You need to ground, and you need to ground because your energy system is sensitive when you're going through those things. So that's why you need to ground, and you need to release or, temporarily abstain from anything that drains your energy, because your body is doing a shit ton of work to integrate those codes. The dragons love and protect me always. You have a lot of love, protection, support, blessings, gifts. And we did have dragons here in the strength card. You see? So, and I did have that analogy of like slaying dragons. So the negative dragons in that sense are like kind of like the inner demons. But the higher dimensional 12th, oops, I'm messing up all the cards now. Oh no. My visual perfectionism is getting, needs to fix it. The 12th dimensional dragons, which are beings that can actually help you to bring in these DNA activation codes, they are actually there to protect you. They bring you blessings. They help to activate your consciousness, and they're probably bringing you inspiration as well. So that's why it's important to rest, so that you can integrate these codes, which are going to level up your consciousness and bring in way more energy, way more creativity, and way more love and blessings than you would have imagined. So that's why it's important that you take these earplugs out and you listen to this message and you heed it, because that's the key. That's the key. These are keys. These are codes within your DNA. These are keys that are going to unlock multiple doors for you going forward. I just heard the doors to infinity. I think group 1 had that as well. So the doors to infinity are kind of like any potential. Oh, and then we have the choice is yours. Yeah, so, and again, you're blessed. So all is well. You are very, very blessed. Group number 2, don't worry about a thing is what they just said. Don't you worry about a thing. Yeah, you're meant to just rest right now. The choice is yours, though. You can say no to resting, but then you're not going to get the full benefit of these codes and the doors that they're going to open. So if you want those keys to the doors and you want those doors to be unlocked for you, you got to rest, and you've got to honor your energy levels, ground yourself, connect to love that surrounds you, be in your power, believe in your own power, slay those demons or whatever you need to do. Yeah, and then you're gonna have like so much unlimited stuff available to you. Money, love, inspiration, like creative ideas are just going to be flowing through you and to you, and you're going to be able to act on those because you'll actually have the energy and the physical vitality to produce things if that's something you want to be doing. Okay, so that's what I see for you, group number 2. Very interesting reading. Was not expecting that, but you know, I go into these with the guidance from spirit and I just flow with it. So I hope that you enjoyed it and that it served you in some way, and I hope that you are resting right now when you're listening to this video, and I hope that you continue to rest going forward until you feel that little nudge to take action, and then you'll know it's go time. All right, so I'm sending you so many blessings of protection and healing and integration of these codes, and yeah, more blessings than you have more blessings than you know what to do with. All right, group 2. So love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your cards and see what doors are being unlocked for you right now. So you have regeneration. Okay. The fates. Okay, I'm very interested in this energy. Oops. You have counselor, Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Clairsentience too. Wow. Archangel Raguel. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Okay, and you have the chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. Okay, so group number 3. These doors that are opening for you right now are something that's very divinely guided. I just heard by fate's design. And it might feel like it's a bit out of your control, but I do feel like you're involved in the process. I'm feeling called to just get some tarot cards right away so we can kind of get a little bit more detail on this story. So let's take a look. For group number 3, what is the story here? What is the story here? Nope. Just go with those? Okay. Thank you. So the first card you came, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So that's the fates. That's fate's design. The Wheel of Fortune is something that, it's like the Wheel of Fate. So, okay. Confirmation there, but we still don't really know what this is in regard to. You have the 4 of Pentacles. It did come out reversed. They're telling me to take it upright though. Yeah, okay. Put it over here. You have the Star card. That is the card of regeneration. I'm going to move this then. I'm going to move this over here because this belongs together. It's like the same energy. The Star is regeneration. You've got the regeneration card. You have the Fate, and you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is also Fate. It's just like, they're like, I said what I said. You know, it's just funny when Spirit does that. Okay, so let's keep going. You have the Empress. Ooh. Okay, some major abundance here. I just heard codes are being unlocked. That did just come up for group number 2 as well. They had like DNA codes being unlocked. I think yours are a little different though, but we'll see. The Hanged Fae. And the 6 of Cups. All right. So what I'm seeing here is that the doors that are opening for you right now, are helping you to completely rebirth yourself, regenerate yourself. It's not even really a rebirth, because they just corrected me. That's the wrong word. It is regeneration, but it's more like, I just heard reconstitution. You're reconstituting yourself. It's like you're putting the pieces of yourself back together, but you're doing it in a slightly different way than it was before. And that's what I think that they meant by the codes here. It's like there are core codes within you that you're unlocking through this reconstruction. And you're doing this at a very deep level. And it feels quite playful too, even though it's faded and there's like this intense regeneration and this major cycle of spiritual, just like spiritual regeneration and healing. I feel like there's a lot of kind of enjoyment in this process. Maybe because it's connecting you deeper with your intuition and combining that with your intellect and your knowledge. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge of people, or a lot of knowledge of symbolism, because the Hanged Fae in this card is making me think of who is that? The Norse mythology where he like hangs himself upside down by the tree, and then he receives the download or the channeled information about the runes. I feel like we're going to get runes for your group. It just feels like you have a lot of knowledge of a lot of different things, but you're combining that like information with this intuitive feeling, sensory knowledge. So you're getting both sides and bringing them together. And this is something that's faded. So the doors that are unlocking are like new levels of service, possibly service to others, or creation and manifestation. Could be personal healing and regeneration, reconstitution of your psychic abilities as well. It's like this reconstitution or reclamation of the self. Could be bringing back online your natural skills and abilities, which we do have clairsentience here. So this is really about being able to sense energy at the physical body level, like heat, tingles, rushing, tickles, fluttering sensations, crawling sensations, depending on what the energy is, how it's moving, and whether it's positive or negative. The Four of Pentacles here, though, actually it is giving me a very grounded energy. Yeah, so I feel like you're very receptive and you're open to things, which is not normally what the Four of Pentacles represents, but that's what I'm getting from it here. It's like you're very open to things, you're willing to feel. And because of that, it makes you very skilled at counseling yourself, healing yourself, regenerating yourself, and being able to help others do that as well. It's like you're able to hold really safe space for other people. And some of you might be channels as well. You might channel in, because we did get that message from the Hanged Fae, but now they're also showing me this person, this spirit guide or angel behind this individual, bringing through this healing or bringing through this knowledge. So you're receiving a lot, and it's very divinely guided. Okay, so now they're saying we can get the runes. Oh, they're telling me to get the astro dice first and then the runes? I guess we'll find out. Okay, well, let's do the astro dice. Oops. Okay, so for group number 3, what do you guys have here? Venus, very Empress energy. The Empress is ruled by Venus because it's Taurus. You have Virgo. So Virgo is about regeneration and healing. And then you have Venus, which is also a very healing energy. Wow. And the second house. Okay, so this is to do with your self-worth, what you value, your resources, your physical resources, because you do have the Four of Pentacles. The physical resources could be your energy, like your physical energy, your clairsentient energy, your body. So these doors that are opening for you are kind of bridging the gap between the metaphysical and the physical. And there's a lot of healing and regeneration that's happening because of this. Or as a result of this. I'm not sure which direction. It's like which came first, the chicken or the egg. I'm hearing it takes two. It takes two, baby. Yeah, I don't know. This could be to do with, and they're saying it takes two, and then there's two people in this card. I'm going to slide it out very gently so I don't mess up the whole spread. There's two people in this card. There's the spirit guide, and then there's the physical. So the non-physical and the physical teaming up, working together. This could even be your higher self and you working together, channeling your higher self, bringing through this information so that you can help to heal others, guide others, reassure others. Okay, come on. I feel the motherly energy. Yeah, the Empress does give me motherly energy, so you may be like a very nurturing person, very feeling oriented by nature, and that's why you have a tendency to lean towards like these practical forms of service, or like clairsentience, which is very grounded in the physical body. But yeah, it's going to possibly increase your finances as well. So this Wheel of Fortune could be to do with money as well. Wheel of Fortune could be time, fate, karma, cycles, and money. It could involve all of those things, but I'm really feeling it's like a cycle of regeneration, and then that is improving your self-worth, or how you're able to create resources for yourself. Ooh, yeah. And it's very practical, but it's also very intuitive. Yeah, that's Virgo, very practical, but Venus, very intuitive. So it's the same thing with intuition and intellect merging, coming together, creating balance, and then being able to use that really effectively. Very stable. Yeah. Okay, so now let's get runes. So for group number 3. Just had me grab like a whole bunch. Okay, so you've got the blank rune. That's the first one that I picked up and I was drawn to. This is like infinite potential, free will. It's completely up to you. It's your choice how you go about this. But it's interesting because we have fate, which feels very much like it's not free will and it's not in your control. Oh, right. They're reminding me of what they taught me earlier this week. The difference between fate and destiny. So fate is something that we created at the level of action, cause and effect. And so the fate comes in as like the effect or the natural result of what we set into motion. So in a sense, it is destined that it will come back to us, or fated that it will come back to us. But it's something that we put in motion at the physical level, whereas destiny is something that we set into motion at a higher level, usually before we incarnated. It's like we wrote it into our soul contract, or we put it in our birth chart, or yeah, something like that. And it's much more to do with like our alignment and our soul expression, our divine soul expression. So I do feel like it is to do with free will because it's fated, it's not destined. And that's why it's kind of up to you to do this work, or to do this regeneration, or to involve yourself in the process of this in a very healthy way, so that it will be resolved, or it will result in something positive. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of these runes. So you have Berkana, which is about birth. I just heard the word blossoming, blooming, and the Empress is about birth. That's why she's preggers. This could be like physical birth and regeneration, but let's just take a look. So Berkana is new beginnings, birth, prosperity, beauty, and conception. It indicates regenerative powers and personal growth. Like this just keeps coming up. The star, regeneration, and Berkana, regenerative powers. You can't get much clearer than that. So these doors that are opening up for you are very, very regenerative, and it's about your beauty too, because Venus is here. So you might actually be rejuvenating your physical body by integrating some light codes. Yeah, like Reiki healing, quantum healing, things like that. DNA activations that are healing your physical body. Okay, let's look at the rest here. So you have Uruz, vitality, passion, instinct, sexuality, courage, and brutality. It says a time of great energy and health, strong individualism. So vitality and health are definitely highlighted here. This does feel like it's physical healing of some degree. And it feels like it's something that you are implementing. So it's like you're walking through that door, or you've opened that door for yourself. That's why it's fated, and that's why it's involved in your free will. It's like you're taking things into your own hands, and you're making some necessary sacrifices that are going to prove very fruitful in the long run. Maybe you are cutting certain things out of your diet. Maybe you're focusing on getting healing work done from energy healing practitioners, or doing that for yourself. Maybe you're seeing a counselor or a therapist of some kind, working with the angels maybe. It just feels like you're focusing on your healing, and that is a choice that is going to really benefit you and free you from any negative aspects of that cause and effect, and really just produce the positive alignment. Okay, I'll put that over there. Okay, you have Konas, openness, wisdom, insight, revelations, knowledge, and transition. Yeah, so you're definitely in transition. That's very Wheel of Fortune energy. They're talking about openness, wisdom, insight, revelations. That's what I was getting from the Hanged Fae. It's like you're receiving this wisdom or these insights, having this knowledge come into you, and then you're able to, you're able to channel it through you. Really cool. Okay. You have Sorvalo, success, positive energy, happiness, creativity, and generosity. Achieving goals, support, and protection is coming. So yeah, positive energy, that's what I was getting from the Six of Cups. It's like this is a positive thing. You're actually enjoying it. It's not negative at all. There's a lot of abundance with it, and generosity. The Empress is super generous because she is the creative force, and so she can just create more. And they're reminding me of Share Bear in the Lightworker reading. If you haven't watched that one, go check out that one with Share Bear. I think it was number 3 or group 3 of that reading. But yeah, it feels like you're able to like duplicate things or replicate things and create and create and create. And so you're able to be very generous and innocent with that energy. Okay, let's look at this one. So you have Persas, adversity, rigor, harm, introspection, and conflicts. It says protection or self-discipline is needed to avoid chaos. Yes, okay. So introspection, very much what the Hanged Fae is talking about. And self-discipline being needed to avoid chaos. That's kind of what I was getting from this as well. It's like a little bit of self-sacrifice through self-discipline is going to help you to avoid any of the negative repercussions of this fate, and instead really get the best out of this situation through the regeneration, the healing, the inspiration, the new hope, the downloads, the gifts and abilities, the playfulness, the creativity, and the ability to share that in a very healthy, abundant, beautiful way. Wow. This is a magnificent reading, guys. I just love it. So that is what I see for you, group number 3. This is a super positive door that is opening for you. Lots of things that are going to come from this. Yeah, it's like manifestation after manifestation is going to be coming as a result of you being disciplined, receiving this knowledge, and applying it in a very abundant way. So let me know how this resonates or how this ends up unfolding for you. And I'm sending you so many blessings of abundance on top of this, and protection as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your presence in these readings, and I'm really enjoying them. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, hi group number 4, welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see what doors are opening up for you right now. Oof, you have orphaned. The number 5 is really sticking out to me. This feels like fated change. I'm also getting freedom from this energy. You might be freeing yourself from some abandonment wounds, and they're showing me the face in the rock. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Hold on. Yeah, so it feels like there's strength and stability that is coming out of this change. So you're going to be having a sense of an anchor point is what I'm feeling from that. Okay. You have the tribe. Wow. Look at that. Orphaned and the tribe. Yeah, it feels like you're healing an abandonment wound and you're finding your tribe. You're having that stability come back. You're getting that sense of connection and belonging that you maybe didn't have before. So this door really feels like it's opening up these connections for you, because they're showing me the giraffe coming out of this little... There's a face in that too. Hold on. Yeah, there's nature spirits that are helping you here. It reminds me of like Green Man. That's why I say that. Like Green Man, it's like the faces in the trees or the faces in the leaves. It's like faces in the natural world. It's the spirit of the earth that's helping you to heal, is what it feels like. Group 4. Let's keep going. You know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Apparently you know what to do, but now I'm curious, so we'll get clarifiers. You have leadership, Archangel Gabriel. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. Okay, well, I think that just answered the question. I was going to ask, what are you being guided to do? Well, you're being guided to step into a leadership position here is what it looks like. Could be in relation to a community where you get this sense of belonging, and then maybe that's what helps you heal and create an anchor point. Or maybe you're going to be helping people who've felt abandoned or orphaned, or like they didn't have connection. Okay, Elk, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with respect that you deserve. Feels like boundaries here. To be in a leadership position and to be in a leadership position, especially in a community or a large group of people, especially after going through something that was, very disconnecting like that, it's so important to have healthy boundaries. It's so crucial to be able to assert yourself, stand up for your needs, protect yourself. I'm hearing like radical self-acceptance. Okay, let's get clarifiers. No, they're telling me that there's more messages but here that I'm not seeing yet. Okay, hold on. Yeah, part of this group number 4 is a call. Like the trumpet here always speaks to me of like a call to action. So it's like the herald's call, or the inner pull towards something. It's the soul calling, basically. And it's always important to embrace those when they come in, because the more we resist them, the more that we resist the call, the harder that the process of staying the same becomes. So the better you can just kind of dive into it and embrace that and act on what you've been called to do or what you know you need to do, the easier that things are going to get. The better supported you're going to feel. Okay. That's it. Now they're saying go ahead. All right. So for group number 4. Okay, they're saying just talk about those and then we might grab more. The first one that I saw is the 7 of Wands, and this is very much about boundaries and interpersonal relationships. You also have the 2 of Cups right there I'm seeing as well. So yeah, interpersonal relationships are very important for you. And if you felt abandoned, you may have lacked boundaries, because a lot of the time, if you have a wound around being orphaned or abandoned or rejected, then the defense mechanism is to either people please or really just not have any boundaries whatsoever so that you can seek to have that connection. It's very primal. We are social creatures. We're tribal creatures. We're mammals, we're animals, and yes, we're divine as well. We are spirit as well. We're both. That's what duality is all about. But you are meant to have these connections. You need these connections, and it gives you a sense of stability. It gives us all a sense of stability. So it's important that if you're going to be stepping up into a leadership position, this is really important for you to have interpersonal boundaries and know how to communicate that, how to stand up for yourself, and also what's fair, because reciprocation is really key here. Don't sacrifice your needs for the wants of others, is what I just heard. You also have the Judgment card here, and look what she's got in her hand. It's that trumpet. The Judgment card is always about the call. It's a rebirth of some kind. It's a reclamation. I just heard the word restoration as well. I feel like you're restoring something. By answering this call. You're restoring your dignity. Restoring your self-respect through that radical self-acceptance. Okay. You know, it's interesting because the numbers on these cards, 5 and 8, are sort of at the beginning of the number sequence. And the 10 of, or not the 10, the Judgment card is number 20. And I did note that there were like low numbers here, and I was like, that maybe means that they're at the beginning stage of this cycle. But I think that you're not now, because seeing this in context gives me the indication that you're not at the beginning stage of this cycle. You're actually well progressed into this cycle, and you're probably actually coming to the close of it. You've learned a lot and you're applying it, and that's why you're being called to stand up and assert yourself, or to be in this position of power. Maybe it's leadership, maybe it's just you being in governance of yourself, being in sovereignty and autonomy, and being able to accept that some people are not going to be able to meet your needs. Group number 4. And that's not a judgment on them. It's just some people can and some people can't. And we have to kind of trust that based on what they show us, not what they tell us, what they show us. Like if somebody consistently is unable to show up for you in the way that you need, especially after you've communicated your needs or set those boundaries or expressed what's going on, then you just have to believe that. Actions speak louder than words. It's so true. And the same thing applies to yourself. Actions that you do on your own behalf, radical self-acceptance, boundaries, communication, connection to other people in a very healthy, reciprocal way, those are actions that affirm that you respect yourself, and they restore your dignity. They put you back into the leadership position. Healthy solar plexus is what I'm seeing here. You've worked a lot, and you're coming into a stage of your development now where you're healing your solar plexus chakra, which is where some of this I just heard self-defeat, patterns of self-defeat in relationships or connection to family, friends, love was really showing up. Root chakra is the tribe as well, and orphaned wounds usually show up in the root chakra too. But I'm seeing the heart, the solar plexus, the root, the throat. This is like a full body thing, like you're doing a lot here. Okay. They're calling me to these channeled messages that I created for the Starborn reading. So let's take a look and see what's coming up for you. Oh, sorry. I keep doing it out of order. Like I'm following what I want to do, and then Spirit's like, no, do it this way. They're saying we actually need to grab the astro dice first. So let's do that, and then we'll get those. Okay. So for group number 4, what are these doors that are opening up? You have Scorpio, it's deep healing. And you have Pluto, reclamation of power. I just heard that again. So you're doing some deep emotional work here to reclaim your power and to disrupt the negative power dynamics within your interpersonal relationships, because you have the 11th house, which is also to do with like tribes, groups, communities, social connections, social networks, things like that. So I feel like you're really standing up for yourself here, group 4, in a really big way. And this might even be unprecedented. Like it might be something that you've never really done before in this way. So good for you. I know how hard that is, coming from a background where I was not taught boundaries. Nobody in my household knew boundaries. We were all enmeshed and all codependent. And I had to learn that for myself. And it really affected my self-worth, my self-esteem, how I showed up in the world, my energy levels, my mental health. So I know how all-encompassing being in this orphaned energy can be, and how crucial and how healing and empowering it is to do this deeper work and to reclaim your dignity, reclaim your self-respect. Look at my shivers. I'm getting all goosebumpy from this. passionate. I have passion for you guys, group 4, because I understand if this is resonating with you. I totally understand. So, okay, now they're saying we can go ahead with these. Yeah, okay. So for group number 4, these are hard to shuffle. Okay, come on. I gotta get some like actual cards. I've got them saved in my wish list on Amazon. If anybody wants to gift them to me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. This one as well. Okay. So you have fractured, broken. I am in need of healing. I am healed. You're doing a lot of healing, group number 4. This door that's opening up for you is a door to healing and well-being. It is a reclamation of yourself. It is bringing the pieces of you back together so that you don't feel abandoned, and so that you're not continuing to abandon yourself. Because I know from experience that one of my core abandonment wounds was from within my family, and how I was kind of neglected in some ways, but it was perpetuated through me constantly abandoning myself to seek this false sense of connection to other people, through people pleasing, through lack of boundaries, that kind of thing. And that's what really, damaged long-term my self-esteem, and I had to change those behaviors to reclaim my worth. I belong and I am supported. Yes, this is what you need, and this is the door that is opening for you, group number 4. You belong and you are supported. 11th house is communities, support systems, networks, a sense of belonging, and the tribe. Like, you can't make this stuff up. I love doing this job because it's the magic right on camera, and you get to see it right before your eyes. You do belong. You are supported. What does this say on the other side? Did I look at it? My soul family surrounds me. You are calling in your soul family. This door that's opening up for you, you're unlocking it right now through this healing work that you're doing, through this radical self-acceptance and these application of these boundaries. You're calling in your soul family. These are going to be people who truly respect and reciprocate and give you that real core sense of belonging, rather than the false sense of belonging that relationships or attachments or codependencies with, people of... I don't know how to say that kindly, like people of a less evolved or mature emotional capacity. Yeah. Everybody's at different stages of their learning, okay? So it's no judgment on them. It's just everybody's at different stages of their learning. And if you're needing connection, then you don't want to be kind of hanging out with people that really don't have any awareness of boundaries for themselves or others. I see you working on your sense of self-worth because you deserve rest, you deserve to heal, you deserve to take this time for yourself and to dedicate this energy to this cause for your radical reclamation of self. And take a nap. These messages have been coming up a lot lately. Take a nap. Let yourself be, is what I just heard. Let yourself be, group number 4. Because you're a hard worker. That's why it says take a nap. I am a hard worker. I provide with love. So I feel like you're very giving. You work really hard. You're very diligent. And that's why you also need to rest, because that's part of this work as well. It's part of the self-worth and the radical acceptance of self is slowing down when you need to slow down. It's pulling back when you need to pull back. It's stepping up and being assertive when you need to. So it's a very intuitive, subjective process that I know that you're going to be doing, or that you're already doing, very diligently, because you're a hard worker, group 4, and you're providing for yourself with love. And that is what's going to attract the people, the soul family, who are truly, truly in alignment with you at that higher level, and they want to provide with love as well. So they're going to reciprocate in a very healthy way. Alpha Centaurian energy here as well. Alpha Centaurians are a starseed group from Alpha Centauri, and sometimes they can have a hard time with emotions. They may get really focused onto work. They may work themselves to the bone and then kind of neglect their emotional needs. you may or may not be Alpha Centaurian. It's just the energy of like that hard worker. And that's why they're saying you deserve to rest. That can be a form of self-care, just letting yourself rest. I know that was a big one for me. So if you're resonating with that, I also understand, because yeah, I felt like I had to be productive to be worthy. I felt like I had to constantly giving to people to be worthy of that connection. And it's been really hard to kind of pull back and say, no, I'm not going to give to you in the way that I used to, because it was depleting me. And I'm going to slow down and rest, even though it can be triggering and cause me to feel like I'm going to be left behind or abandoned because I'm not doing enough. You know, it's like it's very tricky. It's very sticky and mucky in there. But trust me, you can do it. Group number 4, you're already doing it. I can see that. Scorpio, like you're deep diving here. You're not afraid of the muck. Scorpio is like all about shadow work, and you're healing yourself in a very profound way. So I commend you for that, group number 4, because I personally know how hard it is and how much it takes. But you're doing it, and I'm proud of you. And you deserve to be proud of you too. So that's what I see for you in this reading. Beautiful doors opening up for you. Truly, truly, I'm so happy to see this for you, group number 4. You deserve all of these connections and blessings and reciprocation of love. You deserve to belong. You do belong, and you belong here. This can be your community and your tribe. We're all soul tribe here. Yes, we are. So I'm sending you so much love and personal power. Personal power. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.